Hello, friends. It's been said, you are what you eat. And in many ways, this is true because what we eat becomes part of us. What we put into our bodies has a profound effect upon our physical and mental health. Perhaps this is why we are told in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31, "Therefore, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do all to the glory of God." And just a few chapters earlier, we read, "Do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have from God, and you are not your own, for you were bought at a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's." So, how can we glorify God in our bodies? Well, one way, as we discussed in our previous video, is to stay away from harmful substances such as alcohol, tobacco, illicit drugs, caffeine, and so on. But one of the positive ways we can glorify God is to eat the diet for which our bodies were designed. And what is that diet? It comes from the Garden of Eden. We read about it in Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. "And God said, See, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed, to you it shall be for food." From the very beginning, God designed human beings to eat a plant-based diet. It was only after centuries of sin, following the flood, that he made allowances for eating some types of meat. But this was never considered ideal. In the wonderful book, The Ministry of Healing, we read, "Grains, fruits, nuts, and vegetables constitute the diet chosen for us by our Creator. These foods, prepared in as simple and natural a manner as possible, are the most healthful and nourishing. They impart a strength, a power of endurance, and a vigor of intellect that are not afforded by a more complex and stimulating diet." In the same book, the inspired author writes, "Many die of diseases wholly due to meat eating, while the real cause is not suspected by themselves or by others." Science today has confirmed that appropriately planned plant-based diets are healthy and nutritious and can meet all the recommended dietary requirements. And the benefits are enormous. Here are just a few interesting facts from the numerous scientific studies. A healthy plant-based diet decreases your risk of obesity, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure, anxiety, depression, gastrointestinal disease, autoimmune diseases, and more. Furthermore, did you know that swapping just 3% of the animal protein in your diet for plant protein is associated with a 10% reduced risk of death, which is equal to adding 1 year to your life? Now, in Loma Linda, California, one of the places in the world where people live the longest, researchers found that vegetarian men live for an average of 10 years longer than non-vegetarian men. For women, being vegetarian added 6 years to their lives. Another interesting fact is that 80% of food poisoning is due to eating infected meat. Did you know that being plant-based is also good for the environment? Statistics show that it takes 2,500 gallons of water to produce just 1 pound of meat, while it only takes 25 gallons of water to produce 1 pound of wheat. Furthermore, 1.3 billion people could be fed by the grain that is currently fed to livestock for meat production. When people consider leaving meat behind, they often pose questions. Two of the most common questions are, number one, how will I get enough protein? And number two, isn't it expensive to eat a plant-based diet? Now, regarding protein, many of us have been taught to associate protein with meat. We also know how important protein is for many aspects of health. The good news is that plant-based diets are more than capable of providing the protein our bodies need, without all the saturated fat and cholesterol that comes from eating meat. According to the latest research found in nutritionfacts.org, people who eat a plant-based diet get plenty of protein. In fact, on average, they get 70% more protein than they may need every day. So what are some plant-based protein-rich foods? There are many, but here are just a few. Legumes, such as lentils, chickpeas, black beans, soybeans, and more. Soy products, such as tofu, tempeh, and soy milk. Whole grains, including quinoa, oats, amaranth, brown rice, teff, and more. Nuts and nut butters, seeds and seed butters, and even vegetables have protein, such as spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and asparagus. But what about the cost? Doesn't it cost more to eat a plant-based diet? It is true that if a person buys a lot of highly processed, prepackaged vegetarian products, costs can go up. However, many people find their grocery bill goes down when they stop buying meat. This is because the healthiest foods are also the most affordable. Staple foods such as rice, beans, oats, and potatoes are all inexpensive. And when you buy fruits and vegetables in season, you can save a lot as well. Some people think that having a balanced plant-based diet is not possible where they live. Fortunately, however, with the internet available in nearly all parts of the world, it is possible to search for what is available in your area. And you can even find plant-based recipes made from plants available in your part of the world. Of course, eating healthfully is important. And this also includes not overeating, but being temperate in all we do, including limiting sugar intake to keep our bodies strong and healthy. If you would like more information about how to live a healthy lifestyle and eat a plant-based diet, God assures us that He only wants the very best for us. We read in 3 John verse 2, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers." So, eating a healthy, balanced, plant-based diet is not a way to earn our way to heaven. Our salvation is based on Christ alone and His great sacrifice for us, His grace and His mercy. And one of the ways to honor Him, though, is by following the wonderful counsel He has given to us in His Word and through the writings of Ellen White regarding diet, which science has proven many times to be absolutely accurate. May God bless you in your life, in your healthy life, as you focus upon following His Word.